that. Alright. Let's go bust Magog in his damn head, okay? Let's go bust him in his damn head real fast. Kick him in his ass. And prophesy against him. Uh-oh. Prophesy against him while we're kicking him in his ass. Look. See? These motherfuckers get a pass to do any and every motherfucking thing they want to do, man. Look at these motherfuckers. Look at my boys here, man. Look at my boys. I'm on time. Y'all waiting on? How's it going?
Good. How about you?
All right, man. Y'all didn't acknowledge me back there. I know y'all was a little busy. Some names and badge numbers for you. Names and badge numbers, please.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, well, you know what? We're gonna get a little extra time. We ain't gonna rush, okay? See, because they don't want to hear nothing about. I mean, I'm serious, man. Protect my life, man.
Praise the Most.
Son of bitches. That ain't your job, is it? It's not your job to protect my life. Like we already discovered, it's your job to take my motherfucking life.
That's right.
Not protect it.
That's right. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
But that's good. That is you doing the iniquity and me being the sufferer and the oppressed at the hands of that iniquity. Gomer, I'm perfectly fine with that. Don't think that I'm bitter at all because I speak with this, very bitter and, inflamed rhetoric. But you understand something, man. It's fire coming for you. That's why my rhetoric is inflamed. All right? The Most High, just like it was water for Pharaoh's army, well, it's fire for you. It's fire for you, God. Okay? That's what's for you.
Praise your name, y'all.
Rhetoric for you. And your whole motherfucking crew, man.
Bless the Most High.
Calm down, man.
Bless the Most High.
All right?
Amen.
Every single one of you heathens.
That's right.
Okay? Yeah, that's how we're going to do that, man. Yeah, we're going to get your ass on down there to that Valley of Jehoshaphat, man. And,
That's right.
Y'all got to pay for Jacob's blood, man. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, you got to pay for all that blood shed, all that blood of Jacob, man, that was shed out here, man. All right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you got to pay for that shit, man. Okay? Yeah, that's right. Let's get some scripts out. Okay, because, I know all cops don't have evil intention. And so, could I possibly somehow be unjust, for going in on all of them, in such a fashion? No, I'm not unjust, because there's no such thing as an innocent heathen. Okay?
That's right.
So all y'all can get it, all right? All right,
That's
and
right.
all y'all are gonna get it.
That's
okay?
right. Bless your name.
Right.
Bless your name, Mashiach. Bless your name, Kodashika.
I know all cops don't have evil intention, and so could I possibly somehow be unjust, for going in on all of them, in such a fashion? No, I'm not unjust, because there's no such thing as an innocent heathen, okay? So all y'all can get it, all right? All right, and all y'all are gonna get it, okay? All right, let's get it. Yeah, you got to pay for that shit, man. Okay? Yeah, that's right. Let's get some scripts out. Okay, because, I know all cops don't have evil intention. And so, but you understand something, man. It's fire coming for you. So that's why my rhetoric is inflamed. All right? The Most High, just like it was water for Pharaoh's army, well, it's fire for you. It's fire for you, God. Okay? That's what's for you. So I got inflammatory rhetoric for you and your whole motherfucking crew, man.
largest fire in LA history. The so-called Latuna Canyon fire sparked Friday. The canyon fires. Tonight, firefighters battling a blaze spread out over thousands of acres, forcing hundreds of evacuations, destroying homes in what's being called the largest fire in LA history. The so-called Latuna Canyon fire sparked Friday, fueled by scorching temperatures, low humidity, and high winds. Embers hopped California's 210 freeway, creating a tunnel of flames before shutting down traffic. This weekend, the flames marched into neighborhoods.
We gotta get this, cause if this oak tree goes, it'll carry over, so we gotta keep that wet.
More than 1,000 firefighters are on the front lines trying to stop the spread, creating containment on the ground, dropping retardant from the air.
Really, honestly, it's my worst fear.
The fire is burning above Tracy Goldman's home. She and her family spent the day packing anything important.
Our honeymoon picture from 28 years ago, so that can't be replaced.
A few doors down, we watched with Sylvia Gizelgian's family, who just evacuated, looking on as flames pushed into their yard. Can you just tell me how you're feeling, seeing the flames right there and knowing that's your house?
Sad. I'm a pastor and I believe we're praying, that's why we're here, so the fire will stop.
The Latuna Canyon fire is one of 74 major wildfires burning in the West, suffering from a record-breaking heat wave. In Oregon, more than 150 hikers were rescued after being trapped between two out-of-control blazes in the Columbia River Gorge. Sunday, the dark skies over LA, a constant reminder of danger as neighbors hold out hope the worst is over. And tonight, California Governor Jerry Brown issuing a state of emergency for this fire. Meanwhile, crews are making significant progress battling this. With weather conditions finally favorable, officials tell us they could have this contained in a matter of days. Kate?
Steve Patterson out west. Steve, thank you.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our...
More than 1,000 firefighters are trying to battle a growing wildfire near Los Angeles. The flames have been ripping through California's Verdugo Mountains since Friday and have scorched more than 7,000 acres. CBS News correspondent Jamie Yukas is in Sunland, California. Jamie, can you tell us more about the scene caused by the fire behind you?
And Stephanie, I want to go ahead and show you. This is a family home. This is Linda and Sam Schradell's home. And you can see that the fire came in here and just gutted the entire house. You can see where the fireplace once was, a heater, a stove, and that's pretty much all that's left. They were able to walk through this morning and find just a few small things that weren't completely destroyed within this fire. And I have to tell you, it was very emotional to see them kind of walk around. They're still in shock a little bit as to what happened. This is one of 4 homes that was burned down within the fire, and I asked them the amount of time they had. And what's interesting here is that this fire actually started on Friday. They had to evacuate Friday. They came back on Saturday. The winds caught up and started whipping around, and the fire then came over the hillside here, and they tell me they only had 15 minutes at that point to get out. Now they have 3 dogs and 2 horses. Unfortunately, one of the horses did not survive. They have the 3 dogs with them now. One of the horses is safe at a stable not far from here, and at this point they don't know when they're going to be able to return. They're only thankful that they did have insurance, so they're taking things one day at a time. When I spoke to them a little bit earlier, they were still wearing their clothes that they had grabbed on Friday at the house, so they have no change of clothes, and they're taking things, as they said, one day at a time.
15 minutes. I can only imagine the panic in that moment. Jamie, earlier, Governor Jerry Brown declared a state of emergency. Just who does that extend to, and what actions are being taken at this point?
Well, as you can imagine, there are 1,000 firefighters now trying to work this fire. It's more than 7,000 acres, and you have everything from water dumping helicopters to trucks, and they need water, they need supplies, they need all those types of things. So the governor enacted that so that they can get supplies and those types of things, resources and money to the people who need it, federally and at the state level. Now, the city had declared a state of emergency over the weekend as the fires were growing, but that left out 2 areas of the community. So the governor was able to step in today. Glendale and Burbank now also covered, with able to get some of those resources in.
I grew up right in that area, and I know wildfires are present, but was there a sense that firefighters were prepared to handle a fire and flames of this magnitude?
Well, I'm sure you know, when a brush fire or wildfire breaks out here, it is very fast moving, but the firefighters are almost just as quick to get in, dig those lines, dump water, and get a handle on it very, very quickly. In this case, there were so many winds that just started whipping up in the area that it just started jumping. So that's where it grew very, very quickly. Then you had days of extreme heat, very unseasonable. There were so many winds that just started whipping up in the area that it just started jumping. So that's where it grew very, very quickly. Then you had days of extreme heat, very unseasonably within the hundreds. There was one area that somebody told me got up to 111 on their house thermometer here. So they were dealing with that and very strong winds. So of course, as you can see now, the wind's actually picking back up. That happens in the afternoons here. And that's why this fire is currently 30% contained, but firefighters still concerned that those embers and hot spots can jump when the winds come back up in the afternoon. So they tried to get a handle on it. It's 30% contained right now, but they're still digging lines. They're still working. The only good news here is that today the highs are in the 80s and a rainstorm came through Sunday night. So they were able to get a little better handle on things. They're hoping to get an even better handle on things throughout the day today, and we'll see how that works out. Hopefully the winds subside just a little bit.
All right, Jamie Yukas, I know you'll stay on top of it. Thanks a lot.
Gomer, I'm perfectly fine with that. Don't think that I'm bitter at all because I speak with this, very bitter and, inflamed rhetoric. But you gotta understand something, man. It's fire coming for you. So that's why my rhetoric is inflamed. All right, the Most High, just like it was water for Pharaoh's army, well, it's fire for you. It's fire for you, God. Okay, that's what it's for you. So I got inflammatory rhetoric for you and your whole motherfucking crew, man. Come on down, man.
We're going to turn now to the threat out west, where Los Angeles is dealing with the biggest wildfire in the city's history. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has more from the scene.
Firefighters working through the night, a state of emergency in California as dozens of wildfires burn, including the largest blaze ever recorded in the city of Los Angeles.
This is the biggest fire in 50 years, one of the biggest fires in our entire history.
Scorching more than 7,000 acres of the iconic hills surrounding the country's second largest city. A wall of smoke towering above LA neighborhoods, homes destroyed. This man using a garden hose on his roof trying to keep the flames at bay. The inferno shutting down a major freeway, more than 1,000 people forced to evacuate.
It's not over. Once we get this fire out, you have mudslides.
But now some progress in the firefight, the inferno 30% contained, and evacuation orders lifted. But more wildfires are burning across 7 other states.
It's nerve-wracking, that's for sure.
This one in Oregon, police say was started by fireworks.
Ooh, that's toasty.
Leaving more than 150 hikers stranded overnight Saturday. First responders dropping notes from helicopters with a warning to shelter in place. All of them finally rescued. And in Washington state, the Jolly Mountain fire now charring 18,000 acres and growing.
And back here in LA, some embers are still burning around this house, which you can see was leveled. This stove, just about the only recognizable thing left. And this is just a part of the destruction this fire left behind. Dan and Paula?
Yeah, you can't understate the severity of the situation out west. Marcy, thanks for your reporting.
Yeah, thank you, Marcy.
Hi, everyone. Michael Strahan here, and I want to thank you for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. Now, if you would like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, all you got to do is click on the right over here, okay, right there.